damage builders. Fade.
Yeah, Pyosik coming in for a bit of a follow-up. LM comes through though, and that is a lot of damage. Zeka's real dead because he had no flash available. And Pyosik actually decides to try and go back in on this one. Eventually has to flash as the flash comes forward. Fate's in trouble, but Pyosik is just dead. Super Mega Death Rocket is going to go wide as Beryl is chasing after the jungler. They do have control vision in the area, but Kane had the inside track. The Graves was coming over from a different angle, and they're not going to be able to follow up on this one. Kwangdong Freaks now 2-0 in this game.
Do see Zeka making a beeline towards Teddy. Teddy should respect, does choose to do so, and yeah, when it comes to the actual 2v2, this is where the LeBlanc and the Zinzao obviously have the edge. If you can isolate the top Hunter 0 with the Lee and you know, doing a good job.
Well, it sounds very greedy if you
well,
want
I
the
think
incredible joy
I
that
think
a Cloud Soul
Infernal
provides.
is a great and really cool Drake, Atlas.
How can it be cool and infernal?
Well, it's both. I don't know why I need to explain this.
Yeah, Pyosik's in a bit of trouble. They are going to go for the turret first, and then they're going to kill the Lee Sin. And Teddy grabs that one very comfortably. Gale Force used to what looked like a last hit. As, yeah, just unfortunate.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's the kickback into the Flame Trumpets as well with the handshake. He does manage to hop his way out, though, as collateral damage isn't enough. And sometimes Fate dives on over, Beryl explodes. Goodbye.
Damn, Fate. That was clean. Quick pickup there.
Can he do it again? As he pops underneath this turret, and Deft takes a little bit of damage, but
no chain.
Yeah, Fate is just going to wait.
Deft.
Yeah, look for another opportunity as Fate dives on in once again. The zap comes through, but he can just pop out again, and it's getting a bit scary here.
Oh.
As Destiny's going to be used. This is so that DRX can try and get some pressure on this outer turret, and they do so, but they're not able to actually take it down. And still, no kills on the board. They've got a couple of Heralds and a turret, and that is it, as Fate is looking for Deft, and he'll find him. As Pyosik's dying as well, we are going to be able to get a turret elsewhere on the map, but Kwangdong Freaks pushing forward. Fate, this is all about him today. Zeka is taken for a walk. He gets a gold card. That's going to stop Fate from heading any further forward. But once again, Pyosik is dead, and once again, Kwangdong Freaks looking to take down this Baron.
I just wanted to reiterate, I mean, you need the ramp up to actually make something of the moment. I was, of course, not criticizing you. I just want to make that clear. No, I don't want to leave. No, I don't want to leave any room for misinterpretation. As now, Kwangdong Freaks truly in full control of this game with some key pickups from Fade. And this is exactly the problem that we mentioned at the start of the game that you might run into with the composition that you have built here as the DRX team. If you fall behind and people like Fade get fed, yeah, it's not a lot of counterplay to that, unfortunately. And there is no vision, right? There's no control whatsoever. Kwangdong, I think very nicely decide not to flip this, but actually just hard engage and like win the fight, which at past times they have not done, making me very, very happy. And now, Baron buff available, and if they get the soul as well.
Oh my god, Teddy, so much damage here. The Infernum's really starting to rip through them, and Fate comes over. Kingen thought he was going to safety in his Krug pit, but of course, Fate is waiting around the corner. 0-8 now on the side of DRX. Kwangdong Freaks, this is beginning to look like a shellacking. It is a little bit too long as far as game length in order to really fit the category, but man, what a performance. Largely around Fate in this mid lane. 4-0-1 now on the LeBlanc, but there is just nowhere safe on this map.
It's Fate, it's Teddy, it's LM, it's just the entirety of Kwangdong. I'm super impressed, and it looks like your gut might have been right, Atlas. This is looking like a incredibly decisive first victory here for Kwangdong in this game with
another round of poke from Teddy as well, as Beryl goes down to his bailout, but there is no one turning up at the police station. No one has enough money to get him out of this situation as Teddy rips through the inhibitor turret, the inhibitor as well, and he's going to do the same in the mid lane. Kwangdong Freaks just rolling over DRX here in game number 1. They'll take these two inhibs, they'll move their way out, they'll look for an Infernal Soul point, an Infernal Soul, and then spend all that money and then probably just win the game, Chronicler, I would assume.
Yes. I don't have a lot to add. I thought you really covered all of it.
I was trying to get all the bases.
No, I mean you did. Like that is the exact immediate improvement that I was looking for, and you gave it to me.
Thank you so much. I was working really hard on it.
And honestly, I'm loving what we're seeing here from Kwangdong. It's exactly the type of game that we've seen from DRX in the past, unfortunately. And one little Dominic's finishes. Maybe there's an opportunity. Ooh. Yeah, that's the goal.
There's the goal cut. That is going to be a stopwatch that they get for it, as Destiny is going to come through, but it's largely defensive to find out where the heck they've all gone. And DRX, they're down 7,000 gold, their base is in shambles. They're going to have to go home. Oh, man.
Oh, Teddy sets them up. Fate knocks them down as, yeah, honestly, level 16, this Fed has Baron buff, has blue buff, and it really is, ironically, contrary to what we usually see, where it's the LeBlanc that pokes and the Aphelios that goes in and takes them down. Instead, he just throwing ultimates until he hits someone, getting people low, and then Fate saying, yes, thank you.
Well, Zeka is going to get bailed out by Pioshik. Of course, he doesn't have the button that says bail out, but a nicely timed kick can certainly do the trick. And Kwangdong Freaks, they're not going to be too worried about it, as they will just move towards this top side and try and eliminate the last remaining inhibitor.
I really thought you were going to stick with the rhyming. I was already thinking of rhyming.
I didn't even realize that I was rhyming.
Yeah.
Oh dear. As Pioshik almost just gets burst down by Fate. Every time Fate goes over the wall, like sometimes this LeBlanc comes in for some poke, but Fate's coming in every single time for some assassination. It's very, very scary. 9 stacks on his Magi's right now. He's gone for the Zhonya's route, so a little bit more subdued when it comes to the damage, and I respect that. As Keen's pushing this wave of minions in, there are super creeps making their way down the bottom lane. It's feeling like a matter of time. Deft is going to be missed once again by the Solar Flare as Zeka takes a lot of damage. Fate is not going to be able to finish that one off, but still, the damage has been done. Inhibitor turret goes down. These Nexus turrets are under fire. One of them's already going to fall as the flash forward comes through from LM. These turrets are coming in as everyone's going berserk, and Teddy's very strong. He's not going to kill any of his teammates this time around. Super Mega Death Rocket not really looking as mega or as super or as deathly as it has in the past. Kwangdong Freaks once again going to back away. They don't suffer any casualties.
That's the lost condition right there. If Teddy gets hits again with 4 items, his team dies immediately. So needs to be a little bit careful about that. Nice ultimate from Barrel to keep him in the game, but still nothing on the board here for DRX. Elder spawning in 3 minutes and contesting that with inhibitors. Still down, gonna be very hard. Now, of course, we'll spawn in about a minute and a half. But that still gives Kwangdong a window to get the Baron, get those inhibs, go back to the Elder Pit, take it, and then have the freebie, the guarantee, the no way it backfires. Although, to be completely honest, I do have to say, if Kwangdong get the Elder, but maybe you don't, because if you get berserked, as Pioshik, I guess,
is dead again.
Yeah.
Solar Flare going to get massive value this time around. Fate comes back forward one more time. Not sure how. Renata died just there, but she did. Guardian Angel going to get proc there from Keen, but that's why he bought it, so that he could use it. Super Mega Death Rocket comes through yet again, but once more, it's not really doing the most damage. And Teddy's decided that he really just wants to finish this one off. Don't know how many turrets there are. Teddy's just going to flash on in. Deft takes a lot of damage, keeps himself alive, but then goes into his stopwatch, which is not really what you want to do, putting yourself in that position for the foreseeable future. And now they're going to head towards that death chamber. Zeka on the fountain, but he's just going to have to watch in horror as his face is torn to shreds as he goes golden. But that's just another chance for a Moonlight Vigil from Teddy. Nexus doesn't last. 4-0 and 3 for the Aphelios at the end.
DRX might have been fine. Fate.
Yeah, taking a fair bit of damage here. The Ignite goes down as Pyosik not going to be able to find the stun, but the perfect execution is there. It's a trade back as Zeka's underneath the enemy turret. Elim's also looking for the kill on a Pyosik here as he flashes forward and manages to audaciously charge the Viego to death. Hoyt also able to find some lockdown onto Zeka, but I don't think you win this battle, buddy, and he's not going to. Zeka grabs that kill. Up. And there's the engage. Elim finding Pyosik here, and he's taking a lot of damage. Great dredge line this time from Hoyt as they lock down the kill on both of the junglers. And in fact, Kwangdong Freaks trading back once again. Shadow Surge now for Fate. He's got the fear in hand, but he doesn't want to dive as the very squishy back. He actually should probably turn that one off. There's a knock up onto Pyosik. He's going to flash, he's going to ult, but he's still going to die. Zeka comes on in, so it's a 1-for-1 in the end, but he's taken a lot of damage. Hoyt's also going to fall down as now Elim trying to run this one out, goes back in and looks to see whether he can lock down the Rift Herald, but she's going to reset one more time. She wants to go back to bed. It's
kind of far away from the rest of his team, as the really nice engage from Beryl means that literally Fate couldn't do anything. Right? It was just locked down from start to finish. Honestly, that is an angle you should expect from the Rakan. It's literally the easiest way.
Come in. It's going to be a very nice knock-up. Flash forward. That's going to get the lockdown onto Teddy. No opportunity to use any kind of ultimate as Beryl dashed around. That's my Cloud Soul as the Super Mega Death Rocket will do a bit of damage to the Kwangdong Freaks members. But it's just not looking like Kwangdong Freaks have any options here this game.
And Fate.
Yeah, Pyosik has found him, and that is going to be the kill lockdown. Deft trying to kite this one out now as well, as Pyosik is still alive, by the way. Going to be able to pick up some of these resets. Teddy comes in and he's like, why is my house on fire? He is going to be able to get a Blade Caller across, but I don't think he's going to get the feathers out to be able to lock down the damage. The zap almost kills Hoyt. And DRX, it's starting to look like an insurmountable lead here at 19 minutes, and it all sort of happened in the last 3 of those minutes.
Yeah, I'm not feeling good about this one, Atlas, when it comes to
Teddy's not feeling so good about it either.
Yeah. So, game number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good one.
I'm really happy. After game 1, I was a little worried.
I am sensing from that decision, as Kingan still took 50% of his health bar. It's going to take a little bit to get that one back. As Deft throwing zaps around, and DRX, they are not interested in starting off this Baron anymore. They've been doing it a lot, and it hasn't really worked out. Dredge line not going to connect, and Elim's going to be able to secure his own red buff. As Beryl looks for the knock-up, doesn't find the grand entrance. Wind Becomes Lightning is there, and DRX is starting to feel antsy. On the flank again is Zeka, has the opportunity to rotate down. Kwangdong Freaks, they are starting to position much better. They're starting to hold themselves together as that is a pick-off onto the Scion. This time he's just dead. If he's not with his team, it doesn't really matter how well you've itemized, because 1 versus 5, you're not going to stay alive. Oh man, the rhymes are just, I'm so sorry, correct portions of their own jungle, especially here around that Fnatic brush.
You know what I love? Oh,
Shadow Surge
Zeka.
is going to get the Zhonya's out immediately. Zeka gets scared and flashed on here by Fate. Immediately he does get out though and holds onto his flash as Teddy takes a lot of damage from the Super Mega Death Rocket. BT is done. Deft only 1 more item to be put together.
Ooh, that is flashed now taken out for Fate. Alan gonna get hit there. But Teddy's on his way, right? Ooh, crucially didn't get to back. He's low on health. Look at Beryl.
Yeah, Beryl with the wraparound. He's spotted on vision. Teddy trying to get over, looking to try and use his lifesteal to get some of that health bar back, but he just does not have enough. Deft in the back of this pit is going to be able to lock down the back. One more time. Shadow Surge now on cooldown. Still relevant as Keen picks up the kill off to the side. And now it's a 4 versus 5. There is Zeka pushing in the mid lane, but this should give Kwangdong Freaks some respite in any potential fights.
Keeping here is that ultimate for use. Both Teddy and Fate, so they can't move up as much as they'd like to, and Baron buff still incredibly strong.
Yeah,
better than in the mid lane.
Kingan's a brick wall at the same time, but the rest of Kwangdong Freaks, they all rotate over, and they look to try and lock him down. Dredge line going to be blocked by the minion as Pyosik. A lot of damage onto the Nautilus.
Look at that, his autos.
Yeah, it's starting to really, really hurt those zaps as well, as DRX will break open the base in the mid lane. Deft gets excited, runs forward. Not going to get Blade Cold or anything like that, which does need to be respected. Does a lot of damage with this particular build that Teddy's gone for, as DRX will take their first inhibitor. Beryl now making his way back towards the rest of his team, and Condom Freaks gonna have to give this one up as well. Those ultimates that you were talking about, so important, but they're coming back up right now. Blade Caller comes in, and Kingen might be too far forward. The flash is going to be used, as Zeka's gonna get knocked up. Shadow Sword towards the back line, and Deft is already dead! It's gonna get the reset as well as Zeka goes golden, but it is way too little, and it is way too late, as another surge comes in! Fate comes down the bottom lane and will look to try and kill the Scion. It's a tough ask.
I don't know if
it is a difficult one.
I don't think you do.
As Beryl's here at the same time, and the thumbs up comes out. So that was a bit of a buzzkill as Fate was getting those resets. But Condom Freaks, that's a big fight win.
That's important, and the cooldown timers are still pretty long, right? 35 seconds for Zeka. Wonder if they want to push on here as... Oh, no!
He is going to at least be able to leave the station. It's fine. Acceleration of this train, pretty good. And so he gets himself out of there.
Oh my god, the bounties, Atlas!
I know, it's ridiculous. Deft had 700 gold on him on top of the kill gold already, so that's 1,000. And it's already back up to 400, so if they take that one more time, that's even more gold. As let's have a look at this replay one more time. I like that we include the fact that Beryl was picked off, and we're going to cut now towards the team fight.
Oh, they're getting corralled.
Oh dear, the back's going to get stopped from Elam. And he's going to be able to protect Hoyt there as that was just another whoopsie. This one's back to life, if anyone was confused.
All right, in the end, favorable trade, but the bounty gold capped to a minimum, and we're back to 5K.
Yep.
Just where we're supposed to be.
I hope whoever wins this game wins with a 5,000 gold lead.
That is the only way you're allowed to at this point.
Yeah, I think so too. One death for both Zeka and Deft, and it was in that last team fight. That happens again.
15 seconds. This is a little bit risky. This Drake is used for this inhibitor is used for DRX if they can get it. There comes the train.
Yeah, choo-choo. That is going to slam our way towards this inhibitor. So they do manage to lock that one down. The next Baron becomes so much easier now with these super minions that are going to be barreling down the bottom lane. Condom Freaks, they're still holding on, but not being able to secure these structures does mean that even though that was a decent last team fight, it's not going to be enough. As that's a Shadow Surge. I like that Fate's throwing these out, but not going to find the Rakan there with that one, as we're going to try again on this replay.
Yeah, Kingen thinking he's invincible when he's not, gets taken down to a very low amount of health, and then it's the key Shadow Surge that's found by Fate, and Teddy able to just get the front-to-back damage down. Zeka actually crucially buys so much time here that the rest of his team is able to get out. And yeah, this is very unfortunate. Getting a little bit excited when it comes to pushing out and getting a bounty. And this is actually what leads to the inhibitor going down. And what might be, in the end, as anticlimactic as it is, that pick might end up being the game-winning play, right? Because of that, Kwangdong can't contest, the Elder can't contest the Baron. That might be a game-ending moment, and right now it is kind of feeling like that, Atlas.
Yeah, it's real dangerous. They do have some vision in a line towards the Baron. However, bottom side of the map, there is, vision around there. Blue buff, but it's not going to matter if they're just dead. Fate's going to go golden to avoid the Super Mega Death Rocket, but the Flame Choppers are put down, and the Vex is going to be taken. Deft grabs that kill, and he is done with this game. He wants to finish it right here. The Black Forward picks up the kill onto Keen as well. And DRX, they don't want to waste time with Barons or Elders or things like this. They just want to take the Nexus turrets and move on to game 3. And it looks like they're going to be able to get their wish as well. Great knock up from Kingen to set this ball rolling for Deft, who picks up the next couple of kills. This is going to be the unofficial pentakill, and he deserves it. It's a triple and a double. We call that 3+2, and that equals 5. And Deft is going to be able to pick it up and then finish the game.
And overall, wasn't the cleanest game of DRX, but in the end, they got the job done, and that's all that matters.
엑스 노플이야? 엑스 너무 빨리 치마 너무 빨리 치마 가볼게요 가비 잡았다 너무 깊다 탑 하자 약간 탑 막으려고 하면 그냥 다이브 도봐 그냥 끝내자 이거 천천히 끝낸 거 보자 나 피 없어 탑 라인 서블레 탑 라인 아니 미드 와봐 미드 오케이 신짜오 노플 신짜오 노틸 노공 나 가인 신짜오 노틸 노공 앞라인부터. 와. 나 펜타 좀. 오케이. 펜타임? 아니네? 나 2명 내야 되는 거 아니야? 아 펜타 뭐야 망상 뭐야 이거? 나 펜타 줄 알았지. 아닌가? 내가 2명 잡은 거 같은데? 아 오늘 교전 디테일 좀 아쉬운데?
As he does still have flash, no ghost like you were talking about before. Spinning slash to get back underneath the turret. And underneath here, it's going to be a real problem, and Keen's going to go down. 1 for 1. It is first blood going over to Kwangdong Freaks. But the 1 for 1 makes it very difficult to be worth.
Making his way over.
Yeah, good little fear onto Fate there. They do get the passive as Zeka might be in trouble. Pyoshik's the one that's closest as Keen is going to rotate over. Now Pyoshik in a bit of trouble himself. Beryl coming in there though, does have Devour available as Pyoshik goes back and immediately gets exploded. Beryl not able to press that R button in time, and that was a whoopsie.
You see the movement there, it's like, wait,
yeah.
dead?
And that was also sort of mid-ult from Pyoshik as well, I believe, as Keen, fantastic flash, but the ulti's there from Kingen, and he's going to outplay it in inverted commas. He'll spin over the wall there as well. There's the solo kill. Gives us the thumbs up.
Rolled up.
Yeah, bit of a battle here as Pyoshik goes in. The Crescent Guard is there. Decent little flash to get himself out of the way, and they will survive. Securing the kill onto the Trundle as well. Zeka looks for the Q, doesn't find it onto Fate. Needs to pick the right target, as he is just going to back away. There's the Abyssal Dive, but Fate is going to have another distortion to connect. Crescent Guard comes forward. Super Mega Death Rocket eaten by the ultimate of the Xin Zhao, and that time the Devourer is going to come through the Vex. Picks up the follow-up kill. As now Beryl's just chasing after them. Eats a chain, seems pretty happy about it. He's going to die. The fear not quite lined up onto Hoyt just yet, but Deft is able to pick up the kill in the end. Fate dives on over. Great knock-up from Pyoshik as he dashes on in. Cancels the auto though. Oh dear. As Fate's trying to troll him, but it's going to be Pyoshik that locks it down in the end.
Oh, it's late at Lowell Park.
Back to sleep.
Definitely don't fight this one out. If you don't have Agonaut, just let it go.
Not going to get started one more time as Zeka is prowling for an opportunity as Teddy's going to get popped. Oh dear, Deft locks it down with the Gale Force. And now Keen tries to come over and save this turret, but Deft is there with some autos for him. Well, we're diving Kingen. He does have ultimate available. He's going to press the button, looking to try and trade back. It is going to be a difficult one, and Keen is going to do a somersault and dive on over. Hoyt survives. Good tanking there of the turret there on the bottom side. Yeah, but Shirley's going to take 2 turrets. And I don't know whether Fate can do anything about it.
Yeah, Hoyt also picked the kill.
Fate is going to get chickened. As waiting in the brush is DRX, and oh my god, the Moonlight Vigil damage! Just ridiculous. Hoyt is going to bear the brunt of it as Fate goes in to try and soften up Beryl, but the Shadow Surge is there. Zeka not going to be able to find any resets off this one as DRX are pushing forward. Fate went back to a very unfortunate distortion, but does get himself out and does spot out what's happening here. Vision will be denied. Zeka spotted on a flank. Good vision here for Kwangdong Freaks. They kind of know where everyone is, but they're taking 3 damage from Deft right now. LM, you can't go any further forward. What's the Trundle supposed to do? Yeah, and that's just going to be the Baron secured by Pyoshik as DRX are able to now lumber forward if they would like to. The flash comes out. Fate loses most of his health bar as Deft is just looking for blood. Super Mega Death Rocket not quite able to lock down any kills or anything like that. And DRX, they just take a Baron and they walk away. Keen also trying to lumber back to his base. Q's going to connect from Zeka, gets the fear as well. He's pretty tanky though, is Keen. The rest of his team's there to back him up. And so no one dies, but the Baron is taken here and Deft is on a mission to take down this inhibitor turret. Fate taking a lot of damage here from Deft, who's now just standing in front of 3 people, and there's a Devourer. And so, throws his Moonlight Vigil away though, is now Teddy throwing out some autos himself. Gravitum is armed for the Aphelios.
Oh, that was such a nice kill from Teddy. If Deft hit that Moonlight Vigil, Teddy surely would have died. The problem is, the gold is so far in DRX's favor that none of this really matters, Atlas.
It's one of those wallet diff type situations. Yeah. And Deft knows it, that's why he was standing so far up with impunity. He's going to have to flash there though, respecting Hoyt in the end. And now, that's a big teleport flank from Fate, who is, I believe, spotted, but is going to pop over that wall. Was looking for the pick off onto Beryl As Zeka, he's found his way in, and Fate, I don't think it's going to work out, but he does have a distortion, and he's LeBlanc. So he's able to go back if he would like to. Goes back to that second distortion. The first one's going to fade, so he's real dead. Zeka's able to lock that one down. And Kingen, in the meantime, is just getting work done, you know?
He's breaking hulls.
Yep. The kids were playing on the top side, and he was like, well, someone has to do it.
You wonder whether they have commercials in Runeterra. It's like, buy Hullbreaker now. You too can break hulls like
you too can destroy ships as they're sailing around. I assume that's what Hullbreaker is built for.
Hullbreaker, Oscar, local Boris. Or is it just one Boris, I guess? As Fate tries to go for a big flank, but...
Whoa, that's a really good question. Because there's a Boris on both sides of the map, so it's kind of like Nurse Joy, right?
Yeah.
It's just like one in every city?
Maybe.
It's cool. We'll have to consult with Riot, or at least just check out the MMO when it comes out. See whether there's just a Boris. Maybe that's where you buy all your items. Definitely be very cool. As Hook is going to connect, and Zeku is face checking. He is going to go golden, and Pioshik's going to turn up here as well. Immediately, he's going to start off the fight because Deft is there, but Fate finds him in the back line. He doesn't quite have as many items as he had last time around, though, and Kingen is just going to spin through the Gnar and mop him up. Fate now also has to back away. He is going to survive, as Deft has his ultimate at the ready. No one's going to step forward, though, and instead, DRX is going to have to settle with structures.
I think they'll take that, Atlas. Meanwhile, topside Kingen taking down the inhib. Mid lane getting pushed in as well. Baron buff is now gone, and
Kingen? He doesn't have his ult.
Yeah, I think he was trying to sidestep the change, but it looked really funny because he was dead otherwise. Regardless, but it's free inhibs, so
yeah, it's the whole base being ripped apart as Moonlight Vigil once again going to sail to Narnia. As Barrel's going to Abyssal Dive, spits out Deft, and he is going to be forgiven for his sins this time around. Teddy, not a lot of mana. He does have guns.
Keen.
Yeah. Can he find any sort of flank? He does have teleport, but not a lot of ward options to get towards because he hasn't been allowed out of his base
I'd say
for a considerable amount of time.
Not even a minion!
Oh dear.
Unfortunate scenario, Atlas.
Teddy has found himself in positions like this before, Chronicle. Is this time for me to start going the 92-minute rant?
Like when I'm getting into ads and cookbooks, I think it's time for the 92-minute rant.
Yeah, well, Teddy's done this. Let's have a look at this replay. Is LM not going to survive Zeka?
They're like 8k gold ahead.
Yeah. It's just bearing down the gigantic wallets. LM did survive though, so I told a lie there.
Yeah, so obviously, if Kingen just moves up, he dies anyway. But it looks real funny. It's like, no, Teddy, attack me, please.
Yeah.
So, the monologue.
No, it's been done. We've done that before. And I also, you know, there's an Elder Drake that exists in the game now, purely to avoid any 92-minute Teddy situations. It's not going to happen. Having a look at the gold here, the lead for Pioshik is just insane. Elsewhere, also very large, but that one is that one's really standing out.
Trundle looking to go 1-9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a rough time to be a Trundle.
It's not a good time, no.
He was good as a support for a while.
I remember that.
Yeah. Well, now Quantum Freak's having to deal with 3 lanes of super minions. Keen going for the super play, but doesn't find the ulti. And Deft able to walk up to him, Calibrum and Crescendum in hand. There's the Moonlight Vigil that connects. And Zeka flashing on top of everyone. Everyone's scared inside the game and out right now as Hoyt is going to at least get a Devour, but he's still relegated to his fountain. Great cues to come through from Zeka on this Vex one more time as Hoyt throwing out trench lines onto some minions, but this Nexus is not lasting any longer. And DRX will retain their 3rd place as they do drop 1 game in this series, but they pull it back for the 2 games. So we're going to listen in to DRX in the winning moments. Keep going, keep going. Don't overchase and just hit the turret, guys. And just saying that they think it's over, and Beryl indicating that he doesn't have Devour, so please don't jump onto any fountains. And his teammates will oblige. Pioshik was asking for the dive though, which makes sense, because it's Pioshik. And that is going to be the damage graph. This time around, a lot more linear in favor of DRX. None of these, well, I mean, there was a little bit of stalling.